Cheers from hot and humid Phuket. So, how do I define my Phuket experience so far? Let me take a sip and I'll tell you. Well, all you got to do is look down my face and you can see the sweat dripping all the way down my face. It is hot. It is the off season, yet it's still very hot, humid, and a bit overcast at times. I want to talk about a few things that I've noticed in Phuket. One, the prices haven't changed much. So I was in Thailand approximately a year ago, or just under a year ago. Prices are pretty much the same. There doesn't seem to be much inflation at this stage from a tourist perspective. So I'm quite impressed with that. You know, things are just marginally, more expensive. Some things are cheaper. And I still think, based on the fact that I've only been here a few days, that Thailand is still good value. Even Phuket, they say it's so expensive, yet I think it's reasonable. I think it's okay. You get a good level of service here, the food is good, and the quality of the service is good. For example, my hotel, the Quip Hotel I'm staying at, it's only a bed and breakfast place, but it has its own private facilities. It's great. I think it's very reasonable for under $30 Australian a day. You get to stay in an awesome place with, good facilities and in the heart of old Phuket town. So how are the locals doing? I've spoken to a few of the locals. They have said that life is a little bit tough at the moment. So petrol expenses are high, and people who are in the tourism industry, including taxi drivers, are saying that their profit margins are a little bit lower, or they have to work a little bit harder in order to make the money that they were once making. So I can draw a parallel to that with what we're experiencing in Australia. I think our dollar has eroded, no doubt, because of the inflation, and I also sense that we have the same issues in Australia. If you have a family in Australia, it will be much tougher, just as it would be in Thailand. Tourism? Wow. Well, I think even though it's low season, it looks like the high season for me. Last night I was at the night market here on Talang Road in old Phuket town. Boy, was that packed. So many people there. Based on that alone, I can't see a decline in tourism as a whole, or due to the low season. I think it's going fine. If this is low season, I can only imagine what high season will be like. I think it'll be very busy, and you know what? If you're thinking of coming to Thailand, you may want to consider the low season. Value for money on tours. Well, I did 2 tours in 2 days, and I paid no more than about $55 Australian for each. I can't believe that, I managed to undertake a tour with private transportation to and from your hotel, including all entry fees and English-speaking guides for $55. Where in the world can you get that? I know you can't get that in Australia, and you've probably heard me say that before. So I think value for money, Thailand, hands down, is still doing really good, particularly with services and tours. It's just, great bundle deals. Coffee. I'm in a chic upmarket coffee place right on Talang Road, which is in the heart of old Phuket town. Everybody wants to have their coffee here. As you can see, there's a balcony behind me overlooking the old town, and I paid no more than $4 for this pretty big iced cafe latte, and boy, do I think that's a deal. In Australia, this will probably cost maybe $6 to $7. So you still have the ability to dine in, and I can see locals around me as well who are also dining in and having coffees in some of these chic places. Yeah, look, you can go to a cheaper place and grab a coffee for $2 or $3, or you can pay $1 more and have this view as well that I'm having. So far, so good. I can't complain about Thailand. It never seems to disappoint, and I'm glad I made the effort to come to Old Phuket Town. I've never been here before. This is my first time. It's definitely an eye-opener for me, and it's already taught me a few things. I've got another day or two here, and then after that I head to Patong. So I look forward to spending some time in Patong near the beach. Phuket Town is inland, so there's no beach here, but what you do have is architecture, culture, and you also have some of the more traditional foods, and you get to witness the way the locals live as well, whereas Patong, predominantly a resort town. Banking. Let me tell you something about banking. I did the silly thing of forgetting my bank card back in Australia. So what does that mean? Well, that basically means that I can't withdraw money from the ATM. What I did remember to bring though was my credit cards. So I thought to myself, how can I extract money from these credit cards without paying a big fee? So this is what I did. It may or may not work for you, but I'll share what I did, and it will give you some ideas if you ever fall into this situation. I went to the bank, a local bank, which was the Bangkok Bank here in Phuket, and I took a ticket and went into the foreign exchange area and spoke to the young lady behind the desk and said, hey, I've forgotten my bank card back at home in Australia. I need to get foreign exchange. So naturally she asked, oh, do you have Australian dollars on you? And I said, no, but I have my credit card. And I was hoping to use the credit card to pay for the exchange. I'm quite lucky because I have a credit card with no international fees. So what we did was I obtained Thai baht and I made the payment using my credit card at a great rate, which is near market rate, and no fees by the bank nor the credit card company. So this bank, Bangkok Bank, saved the day. They allowed me to pay for my foreign exchange on a credit card, no questions asked, just took a copy of my passport, and I was on my merry way. I got my Thai baht, checked my account using my app, and I can see that the money's been deducted. Very good rate, once again. Near market rate, very near market rate. No commission as well. So this is something you might want to keep in mind. If you get charged exorbitant fees on your credit card, on your debit card or bank card, if you withdraw abroad, you may want to go to a bank and obtain foreign currency and pay with your credit card. You might want to look into that. Check to see whether you've got fees attached to your credit card and whether it works for you, and it might be something you could consider. It worked for me. It definitely was a lifesaver. Well, I'll leave you guys to it. It's pretty hot out here. I reckon I've lost a few kilos while I've been chatting for the past 5 minutes. I will head back inside into the air condition, but I thought I'd just come out here and give you guys a bit of a view of Phuket Old Town from the top.